Well. Trump decided to speak again, making this one of the most interesting and frustrating weeks I've had throughout the entire year. Of course, comparing with the most recent months and weeks I had where there was almost no volume, it was kind of slow, especially this last couple of weeks. So, yeah, this is the main idea of this video. Show you guys everything with full transparency. I'm going to dive into my trading journal. I'm going to do my weekly recap as always with a nice and new spot. So yeah, let's see what happened this week. So this is my trading journal, as you guys already know, and I took only 2 trades this week. So you guys might be wondering why I'm saying that it was a frustrating week, that it was a interesting week if I only took 2 trades. Well, I'm gonna show you guys this in a second. So the first trade on AUD CHF, which is the one I want to speak first, was this one. For those who were following my journey on Instagram, you guys know that I literally hold this trade for more than 21 days. So if I take this roller here and I basically place it from the day my entry was tagged until the day I got stopped out, it was almost 22 days in total. And the reason why it was frustrating, it's because you guys can see with just one candle, the whole weight was destroyed. So I got super close to my final take profit for a 1, 2, 3 risk reward. And then Trump decided to speak. What did Trump say? Well, I basically took a screenshot from a guy that I follow on Twitter, which, by the way, if you guys don't follow this guy, I highly recommend it. It's not a sponsorship or anything. I just like his content, which is called Amit Investing. And he usually posted like the most updated information in terms of the stock market, in terms of what's going on with the US. And basically Trump decided to tweet something, which you guys can see it here, and the markets went to shit. Not only the stock market, but also the Forex market was affected. So basically, based on what I researched, and by the way, I'm not the most macroeconomic expert, but Trump decided to impose these tariffs and decided to announce this based on the fact that China, based on him, is acting hostile. So one of the main reasons, or one of the decisions I researched, was that he thinks, and based on data, that China is putting more export limits on tech and resources. So what Trump decided was, okay, let's just punish, or let's put some pressure into China by making Chinese goods super expensive to import into the US. So in simple words, what I understood was that he wants to make it harder for China to sell things to the US, to protect the US industries, and to force China to behave, right? But here's the thing, because we understand that I'm not a microeconomic expert, I trade based on technical analysis, not fundamental analysis. But I was like, okay, what happened here? Because we can see that this whole trade idea got destroyed. And the main reason for that is because we need to understand that the AUD, so the Australian dollar, is a risky currency compared to the CHF currency. So at the moment when this happened, well, people decided to sell Australian dollar and just go for the CHF, of course, making this destroyed and making this melt. So unfortunately, I was super close to make a final take profit in this one at 3% in this case, but we closed in break even, so I didn't lose anything. Actually, I made some money because I was having positive swaps, so I was farming some positive swaps. And that's basically what happened in this case scenario. And the other trade on GBP AUD, which was prior to this one, this is basically what happened. So if I open the screenshot, so we can see, and as you guys already know as well, if you guys follow me, I took a nice short position here from this high to this low, and I made a 3R in this case. So the previous week, let me actually look that up. So GBP AUD, it was this one here. So if I open the screenshot, so I won a trade prior to this one, right? This one. And then price, continuing with the bearish trend, created this bearish and short setup. I took it. Price immediately went to my 1-to-1. I moved stop loss to break even, making this risk-free. And then price reversed back and stopped me out of break even. So I didn't lose at all that one. And that's basically what happened. But aside from this, I also had a very frustrating position that I was planning to take on AUD CAD. Same thing happened in this, but unfortunately, we didn't get tagged and it was a super closed miss. So I was planning here. You guys have been asking to do more like a trade recap and why I was planning to take the trade. So we can see that we were super bullish, but then price took liquidity from this major high as well as from this minor high here, breaking structure, so changing the structure overall, and then leaving a nice fair value gap in the whole movement. So of course, this was a valid position for me to take. And unfortunately, price left us behind and then price just melted without us. So in overall words and in conclusion, as you guys can see, it was a super, super frustrating week for me. Closing the week at 0R, so we closed the week at break even. I'm not complaining about the fact that I didn't lose money because that's the most important thing, especially nowadays with this super volatile market, that let's hope it doesn't become as the beginning of 2025 when Trump was kind of posting tweets every single hour and the markets were going up and down substantially every single hour, as I said. So we'll see what happens. But in overall terms, I didn't make any money here. I didn't lose any money, but it was super frustrating and kind of difficult to actually execute my plan this week. And in general terms, we're currently up 21.3R in profit for the year. Look at this. We haven't had any substantial growth in this last couple of months. And as I said, we had a nice September, but July and August were super slow. So that's kind of like how we're doing. We're currently -1R in October. So let's see if we can actually make some profit starting this week. And finally, I'm currently holding this trade on EuroCAD. Trump in this case specifically helped us because right when he just announced the tariffs, price went super, super strong to my expected direction. So we didn't get stopped out, thankfully, in here. And now we're running risk-free, so my stop loss is at the break-even level, and that's how we're doing. So I'm holding this trade, the only trade I have at the moment. And yeah, I have some setups that I'm kind of like watching right now to see what happens. I'm not sure I'm gonna take them, but of course I'm gonna do my market analysis as always tomorrow around 5-6 p.m. in the afternoon, and I'll make a decision if taking those trades or not. So that was all for this weekly recap, guys. And let me know if you guys like this new spot. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. Let me know what you guys want to see in this channel. And if you guys want to follow my journey more closely, just follow me on Instagram. If you want this trading journal, the one I'm using, just click the link in the bio. You can grab it there, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.